I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world. Never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Mission control, am I drifting?
Oh my God, be gentle. Oh, you're not questioning that.
Stop at all.
And now we made for ourselves. This won't be the last time.
Meaning to tell a lie, but I was. I'm playing great.
Hey,
Far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist.
What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Liara. Welcome to my channel. I am new to YouTube and it's time to go on a journey of me. You never know what you're going to find on my channel. You never know who you're going to see on my channel. So just stay tuned. Whew. It's going to be real. Either we're going to laugh together, we're going to cry together. Either way, it's going to be a journey. I hope y'all ready for what I have in store. Today we are doing couch therapy with Lee and starring my mother. Oh God. Y'all gonna see some funny moments. First off, don't be like everybody else. Oh my God, y'all look just alike. I know. But yes, today we are doing couch therapy, reminiscing, doing something, and giving advice. Everybody needs some good advice, right? Yeah. Whew. Let's see how this goes. You're gonna have times in the video where I'm just looking like... Because sometimes my mom just be saying some stuff and I'm just like, you lost me. Crickets. But all in all, this should be a journey for the both of us. I'm ready to see. I bought a box of tissues because you never know how that's going to turn out. Couch therapy? Y'all. Ooh, it could get real. Or we could just laugh the whole video. And I got a box of... snacks, a whole bunch, and it say popcorn, but ain't nobody eating no popcorn. And yes, the price tag is still on there. So what? So yes. It's time to get this started, y'all. Whew. You know what? We'll keep that. It's time to start couch therapy. Okay. So, I bought us both books. Now, you can either write down your answers in this as I ask you the questions and then tell it. Because, I'm going to give you this so you can write your answers down. But I got the questions.
she's gonna give me the white book. She's gonna take the pink one.
Yeah, I am going to take the pink one. You thought I was giving you the pink one? That's ridiculous. Pink is my favorite color. Why would I do that? And I'm going to keep the pink pen because you know where I got that from.
She didn't get a green one. She knew my color.
They didn't have a green one for a reasonable price. And I said, hey, $4.99. This will go. Here.
Really?
Oh, God. Time to start, y'all. Y'all ready? You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm going to try to be ready.
This is ridiculous. All right, so question number 1. What is one thing you always wanted to be growing up?
An independent woman that speaks her mind.
You supposed to write the answer down.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Lord That's all you wanted to be grown up? You didn't want to be nothing else? Background music. That's what you wanted to be?
Yes, I am a therapeutic woman. The one to solve people's problems, and I've been that. Over and over again, I've been that before I became an adult. I solve problems.
Pink Moscato.
Okay. Really?
Yes. What you drinking? Okay. Question number 2 is, at what age did you realize, like, I want to be, like, when I have kids, I want to have a big family, or I want to have, did you know what you wanted to have? Like, did you know you wanted to have, like, girls and boys, or? Like...
Absolutely. I gained my respect from my mother, who raised 7 children. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Raised 7 children, 4 girls and 3 boys. And I saw the great job that she did, and I knew that I can collaborate from that and raise my own as well, and adjoin to that. Yes.
What age was the question?
What age? I watched her from when I was maybe like 10 or 11. I realized that's what I wanted. I knew it would take some time and some years, but I knew that that's exactly what I wanted. To see the joy in her face of raising her children.
You did not write this answer down. You know, I guess you said we're not in school. You'll cooperate one day. Okay. Question number 3. If you could go back in time to your younger you, what would you tell yourself and why? Like 12-year-old you. Let's say 12-year-old you.
Look out for the negativity and make sure that all your positivity is built on the right grounds. Yeah.
You want to explain? Like, explain what you mean. Like,
what I'm saying is we all know that negative comes in, but positivity overwhelms it all. So sometimes you'll get a good apple and sometimes you'll get a bad apple. But you know what? You got to roll with the punches and make it right.
ooh, good answer, good answer. What's one thing in your life that happened, like a big thing that happened in your life that you thought like, wow, I'm not going to be able to get up from this?
Well, let's see. The one thing and the biggest thing is when my dad had fear of understanding that it's okay to grasp things and grow, but you also have to reach back and realize that what was already there, you can't replace.
What you mean?
Meaning, when he moved on, he had to realize that even though the one you loved was no longer in your grasp, you still had to reach back and realize that the kids that you left behind, you also still had to bring up to be a part of where you are.
So basically you mean like you can have a new life, but don't forget about your old life?
Exactly.
Okay. What's one childhood memory you wish you could just erase? If you could erase anyone, do you wish you could erase anyone?
No. Because if I wouldn't have had the childhood that I had, I wouldn't have arrived to where I am as an adult. I don't want to take away from what could have hindered me from being where I am. No, I wouldn't erase anything.
Okay. What was your biggest fear about having your kids? What was your biggest, like, about, not about having kids, but what was your biggest fear about bringing kids into the world that you were already living in?
that they wouldn't understand the things that you have to push aside to push forward.
What you mean?
Meaning, everything is not always golden. You have to have some negativity to bring about your positivity. So, in order to move forward, you had to have that little negativity to push you even harder to make it better.
Okay. So having boys and then having girls, what's the difference between raising the both?
Well, raising boys made me understand that you had to put more emphasis into raising a boy than it was to raise a girl, to make the boy understand that he had to be more protective than the girl. Now, having my boys, they had to understand the whole gist of being in control. Whereas your daughters, they had to understand that a male figure can only help if you accept the right gesture in. If you accept the wrong gesture in,
Jester?
What's Jester? It can bring you down.
You lost me.
So having my males first, I didn't have to worry about the other males that came about, because my daughters, not only did they have what I had to offer, they also took on the wing of my sons, who gave them a better outlook than what I can give as a male perspective.
So basically you're tougher on the boys because they had to be the protectors, and then having the girls, you're tough on them too, but not as tough. You more loving with the girls, or you love them all the same?
I love them all the same. You have parents that think that they can love one child more than they love the other, but I beg to differ. I have never understood that, but I never knocked anyone that felt in their heart that that's what they had to do. But at the same time, I don't see where you can love one child more than you love the other. I mean, they all are a part of you. So you have to give equal to everyone that comes from you in order for everything to move smoothly.
Oh, okay. Is there any time in your life having us, where you felt like, I don't know if I'm going to make it through this, but I'm going to do the best I can, and without having them see the hurt?
Every day was a constant battle. Every day. From day one to the end. I'm not even reaching the end yet. Because even as an adult, I still have that mother nature that I'm going to always have to have that guard, where I never know when I'm going to have to step in. I mean, we can say, you know, when you of age is such and such, you know you got to fall to get back up or whatever. But at the same time, you also got to have that extending that I might have to jump in here and save them. So if I have to jump in and save, then that's what I have to do.
You know how some parents, they have 1 kid, 2 kids, and then it's like become too heavy for them? Is there ever a time in your life where you feel like, I cannot do this? I can't do it. I got to give one of them up to their father. Because, you know, our dads wasn't there the way they should have been, but disclaimer.
Never.
They loved us. No?
Never. My whole dream was to do what God put me here to do. And that's to get the job done. It doesn't matter whether it's hurt, joy. I have to get the job done. So at the end of the day, I'm going to do all I can to make it work. If I don't make it work, that's because it wasn't meant to work. If it worked, then that means it was meant for it to work. So I'm going to give my every muscle in me to make it work.
Ooh. Take it a little further. See if you remember these days. What's one piece of advice that you remember getting from your grandmother as a young girl, or either grandmother as a younger girl that you still hold right now today? That helped you better you.
If you can't love yourself, you will never be able to love someone else to pull them through anything that they're going through. So if you trying to pull someone through what they're going through, love yourself enough to get yourself through what you're going through in order to pull someone else through what they're going through.
What about from mama? From your mom?
My mom always told me, if it's nothing nice that you have to say nothing at all. But at the same time, you have to love. You have to love. Reach deep down inside and love you so that you can pull others along.
What's your favorite childhood memory with mama? Your mom.
It's not one that I can answer that.
Okay, well, give me a few.
It's like every childhood memory is a memory that I will always hold near and dear, because she always taught me that your strength is what's going to get you through.
Wow. Okay, so moving on. What is life like after losing a brother, a sister, a mom, and a father? Up to now.
Losing a brother, and especially someone that's near and dear, like a close friend, it broke me. But I knew I had to move forward. And then to lose a sister on top of that, that's near and dear, I had to push a little harder. Then to lose a dad, it's like, wow, you know. But to be honest, and right now, to me, it's nothing worse than losing a mother that's near and dear to you. You can't come back from that. No matter what you do and no matter what anyone says, her love and the time that you had with her is never replaceable.
Oh. Have you had that moment yet since she passed where it's like, wow, I didn't think I could make it. I didn't think I could get through it, but wow, things are really starting to look up. Way better than I thought it would.
When I lost my mother, I thought that it was time for me to just close the book and say it was over. But when she came to me and she told me that's just a shell, remember everything I saw that shell do, and hold on to all the memories, that she would never leave me. I was like, okay with it. But now as time goes on, it's like, it's just different. It's something that you can never explain. You can't explain it.
What was the hardest part about the week of the funeral for you?
Knowing that I had to go to this funeral home and agree that this is my mother and she's gone, and I have to close that casket on tomorrow. It just broke. Something popped. But I also realized that I had to hold on to the spirit and call her in to help me and guide me to the extent that it's okay. It's okay to do so. But right now today, I did it. I was okay with understanding that this was it. But it's just nothing can compare.
What's some of the weird, like, what's like 2 or 3 crazy, well, what people would think is crazy that happened since she passed that you haven't told anybody? Or something you could have told somebody, but you know that not a lot of people would know.
That she came and used objects in my home to perform in front of me to make me understand that everything was okay, that she was able to do things that she couldn't do before she left here.
You want to elaborate?
Like a smiley balloon, a smiley face balloon. She performed in my face. She danced. She swung around. She allowed herself to sit in front of me and allow others to see this. And I watched as she assured me that she was okay, and this is the form that she has now, where she can do the things that I watched her body not do for so many years.
Very true, y'all. I literally watched this balloon move around our house. First off, we had this balloon. She passed last November, late November, and that balloon came from my birthday, September 27th, which was my birthday. That balloon should, you know how balloons deflate all fast and stuff when they're being in your house with the air and the heat and everything going on? That balloon was slim, it was on the floor, like before she passed. The night before she passed, it was just dead, lifeless. Next thing you know, we got home, we came and went to sleep after we came from the hospital. Next thing you know, the next morning, my brother came and he stayed in his room, which is upstairs. When he come to visit, that's where he stayed. The balloon followed him several times. He kicked it down the steps, still not understanding, like, what's going on? Why does balloon keep following me? He'd take it way over here, and it'll go all the way up the steps, which is over there, which is nuts. And this happened several times. And then one day, I'm like, it got wrapped around the tree by itself. Totally not lying. And next thing you know, I'm like, it's stuck. It ain't gonna move. Surely, it came from wrapped around the tree. It's stopped in front of my mom's face and did the little twirl where the smiley face came this way, and then it stayed there for a little while, and then it turned back, and I walked past it, and it went forward to my mom as if it was moving out of my way, which was nuts. My bird also flew out of the cage, y'all. Scared the life out of me. Never happened before. I had to call my mom like, hello? I'm not playing with Mama no more. I'm not playing with her. She played too much. But all before she passed, how long Mama been, like, she had a stroke. She wasn't walking for a long time now.
She had to have like five
strokes. Yeah, she wasn't walking for like years. Not even on a walker. She just wasn't walking.
But it was just a joy she knew that she was able to do everything that she couldn't do for years. And that's what got me, and that's what she sold me with, to assure me that, look, Di, I could do all the things that I never was able to do for years, arm bent, stiff, couldn't do anything for herself. And she like, look, don't get mad and be happy. I'm free. I can do everything that I want to do and not be confined to that one little body. That body, and she told me, she said, it's just a shell. It carried me as long as it can carry me, and it did as much as it can do for me, but I'm free, baby. And that's what sold me to be okay.
What's 1 or 2 things that losing both parents at their age of 72, 3 years apart, that stuck with you, that made you feel like losing them? How did it make you feel? Did it make you feel like, listen, I don't know. How did it make you feel? What did it put into your head? Like, listen, I'm such and such years old. Something got to change. I got to make sure this.
I didn't look at it like that. The only thing I looked at is to realize that the age, I mean, I noticed that from people beating it in my head. Oh, they both were 72. They both were 72. But at the same time, all I saw from my mother is that the love that she had for my dad for the last 3 years of her life was stuck on responding about the love that she had for him. It didn't scare me. It just made me understand that someone can love another just that much. That they would carry on the joy of have been the one that they chose to love and to have kids.
All of their kids. And never, like, have a kid outside of that. That's crazy. Even when they wasn't in a marriage, they was like, listen, we having a cookout, we all gonna be together. Big family. That's crazy.
You couldn't distinguish his family from her family.
Nope.
Because her family became his family no matter what, no matter the separation.
We went to everybody cookout.
His family was her family. Where he was, she was. Where her family was, his family was. It was no saying, okay, well, they're not together, so we don't go here and we don't go there. No, we didn't never have that.
Even outside of that.
And then right now in the day, I'm learning some of her family from his family and some of his family from her family.
No, I'm your cousin from your pop-up side, from your dad's side.
But at the same time, it's like they're teaching me who the other side is.
If you could tell people that just lost their dad or just lost their sibling or anybody or a mother or anything, what would you tell them to get through their hurt?
There's really nothing you can say. Like, I mean, how can I help them through their turmoil if I can't even help myself through my own? Like, it's like, well, I can say, and what I always say to someone else is, I'm praying for your strength and your comfort. And not only am I praying for their strength and their comfort, I'm praying for my own as well. Like, it's nothing that you can really say to someone else that lost someone so near and dear that you're not looking for the comfort yourself. It's nothing. It's no different. It's nothing you can say to someone. I mean, we think we can, but it's nothing you can say to someone.
There's no advice you think you can give them?
No, absolutely not.
So what you're saying is you still healing from it.
Exactly.
Do you think there'll ever be a time where you just like, listen, I'm 100% healed from it.
No.
I understand it, and
I mean, you might think you're healed from it, but there's no way that I will ever walk this earth as long as I have my sane mind and say, it's okay that my siblings and my parents are gone. There's absolutely no way. Every day, every second, I'm going to always think of them. As long as I have my right state of mind. My wrong state of mind, misconsumption, I don't know. But knowing to have my right state of mind, no, it's absolutely no way I can sit here and honestly tell you that there's an out for this. No.
The fact that you named me and Leroy and Jamira after like all of them, is there a like time where you listen, then you call us and it's like, damn.
Absolutely.
What
like,
made you name us after them?
I mean,
Or-
okay, flat out, honestly. You can look at my oldest. I didn't use the proper name, but I used the D for me and the dad. Deshaun. I used the D for me and the dad.
You're not
I'm just saying. But the middle name, it was for my brother, a J. Then my second one, I used the first initial for me. And then the middle name was for my brother, a L.
What brother?
Because I never knew whether they were going to have their own children and be able to have juniors. So then as time went on, I decided, okay, one is deceased, so I'm going to carry his name out. And I can still also use my other brother's name, because even if he have a junior, I can use the name because his junior would be the first name. So I intertwined both of their names and my dad's name for my next child.
What about me? Why did you name me my name?
Because my brother always said if he was to have a child and it was to be a girl, that's the name that he would use. So with him not being able to have a child, and I had children, I decided the love that I had for him, I'm going to carry out what he would have done himself.
Was this before or after you had me in the hospital where you just felt like, yo, it's a
before.
girl?
It's before.
You knew you were having a girl?
I didn't know,
That's
but
right.
I knew that if it had been, and even if it hadn't been, it would have been somewhere along the line.
What about Jamera? Who your name go?
I used the middle, the first initial, the first initial for the dad. I wanted to give him some kind of credit, but the middle, I decided
What you got in your mouth? Making that noise.
I decided I'm going to give my mom's name for the middle name. Because I respect my parents just that much, and I love them just that much, that something that's so near and dear to my heart that they needed to be a part of that.
So you knew you was just going to name her that? You knew you was going to add that in there?
Absolutely.
Ooh! Out of all you, like, I don't know. What can you honestly say you learned about being a mother from all your kids? Like, what about having the kids that you were selected to have grew you up quicker than you thought you would grow up?
Well, because
Being a mother of 6.
I knew that I had to do what a mother had to do to get my kids through. And not just getting my kids through. I had to make a difference, because at the end of the day, the childhood that I had was phenomenal. I had to, as a mother, as a child, I had to come at least close to the childhood that I had in order to be satisfied with what I was creating for my children.
What was the scariest moment out of, like, with all of your kids? What is one scary moment from each kid that just you thought, like, oh my God, I'm doing a horrible job. I need to step it up. If you have any. Not really a horrible job, but why are you looking like that?
I had gotten to the point where it doesn't even matter what was what. I was determined to do what I had to do to make sure it worked. It doesn't matter.
It does matter. I wanted this.
No, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, I knew that whatever I had to do to make it work, I was all in. I rolled my sleeves up. I was all in to do whatever it is that I had to do to make it work.
What was the most trying time about having 6 kids all together?
I mean,
some nutty stuff.
it was times, trust me, where they would bring friends home and the friends, you know.
Elaborate on friends. Make it make
The
sense.
friends, you know, would stay over and play the games or just
friends or relationship friends?
Just to hang out.
Friends.
They started as childhood friends.
Okay.
Whereas
Make it clear.
the friends would stay over and, you know, come over and stay dinner time or what have you. And I had to go to sleep on an empty stomach. And it was fine. Because long as and you know, you had to hide. You had to hide that you were hungry and let the kids just eat until they couldn't eat no more. And then you wake up the next day and you still good and you full because you know you allow all the kids to eat until they couldn't eat anymore.
So there was... Oh my God, the bloopers. I'm not cutting that out. I refuse.
You crazy.
Aggravated. Woo! So, for a lady that just had 4 kids and she got 2 on the way, like 2 twins on the way, what would you tell her? What advice could you give her about to have 6 kids? A woman that's about to have 6 kids.
I would say you chose the life that you chose. Just do your best that you can do, and everything else gonna fall into play.
Is there any...
As long as you keep God first, everything else is gonna fall into play. And that was my motto. And that was what I was taught from yay high, from my mother, my grandmother. Keep God first, and every aspect that you put into life is going to surface into the right stability. You have to love you, and you have to love God and then love you for anything else to come behind. And that's exactly what I kept in mind. I have to love God and love myself to get these kids to the max that I have to get them so that everything is going to be okay.
Is there any right or wrong way to raise your kids?
There's no right or wrong to love or to raise a kid.
There's no wrong way?
No, there's no wrong way to love a kid because we're all learning. It doesn't come with a manual. It doesn't come with a manual.
So there's no wrong way?
No, I can't say it's a wrong way. I mean, some choices that you make may be wrong, but I can't say that it's a right or a wrong way to love, to raise a kid or to love a kid. I can't say that. Because the way I raised and loved my kids, somebody might tell me I was wrong. But at the same time, if I look at where I am now and where I started from, they can tell me that I did wrong. But in my mind and my heart, as long as I kept God first and I put them there, they can say it. But in my mind and in my heart, there's no way that someone can block my vision and tell me that I did wrong. There's no way.
Ooh, okay. At what was the hardest age you would say in your life that you feel like what was the hardest age for you, and what kept you going? What made you persevere and say, listen, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. I feel like I can't move right now and I don't want to go nowhere. I feel like this is the end, but I gotta keep going. What was that? What age and what kept you going?
Well, what knocked me on my head was
what
when
age? You want to give
I guess I was maybe like 20 when my dad called me and he told me that I was hard-headed and stubborn. And I couldn't understand why he said I was hard-headed and stubborn. But you know what? I realized as time went on, I was hard-headed and stubborn because I didn't allow his absence to push me away from him.
Elaborate. I don't know what you mean. Like, he was saying, like, you still love me, but what?
Basically, what it was, he couldn't understand why I still loved him, even though he did the things that he did. But at the same time, I was stubborn just as well as he was. I was like him. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that what I'm doing is the wrong thing to do or the right thing to do, because you got to figure it out for yourself. Just because you two didn't work at that moment, it doesn't mean that I had to be thrown by the wayside or I had to ignore things. So at the same time, and I'm glad I didn't get to that point to push him away and make him understand that he wasn't worthy of still being my dad. Because had I did that, I wouldn't have got to see the joy of the love and the respect that they had for one another.
Who are they?
My parents.
As you know, none of your kids have kids. Not yet. Hopefully. But we are all grown. You raised us to be grown. But going into adulthood, further into adulthood, and thinking about starting our own families, what advice could you give us about becoming parents?
All I can say is do the best that y'all can do of what instilled in you to be a parent. It does, like I said, it doesn't come with a manual. You can't tell someone how to be a parent. But you can rest assured that the negativity that I blocked you from is not what you want in your life to be a parent. Now, if you take on what I try to shield you from and block you from and take that into being a parent, then you're on your own. And, it might be a right thing and it might be a wrong thing. I can't tell you whether it's right or wrong. But at the same time, I just knew what self for me to keep you from this and that. But if you choose to do this and that, I'm not going to love you no different. But at the same time, it's a lesson learned. You gotta do what's best for you.
Do you have any questions for me? Be gentle.
My question is, why did you let me sit through this? No, just joking. But at the same time, the joy of watching my children grasp into the adults that they are has made me that much more confident in the mother that I was, and the grandmother, or not even just the grandmother, because everybody don't have kids, whatever the case may be. And I'm not knocking that. I'm not at all knocking that or pushing anything into existence. But at the same time, I appreciate the love and the respect that I have for and from my children. So if I don't have any grandchildren, that's okay. But if I do have them, I already know and I already feel the joy and the upbringing that they're going to have.
You don't got no question?
No, because you know what? At the end of the day, I'm just the joy of knowing my job was well done. I'm good.
my last question is, bum, 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 bum. I mean, what did you expect? Like, I don't know. Some parents always have this expectation of their kids, and they watch their kid grow up, and it's like, well, I expected this kid to do this, and I expected this kid to do that. Did you have any expectations, like career-wise, for us to do, like, I don't know. What did you expect out of out of your kids?
I didn't expect any of my kids to do anything other than what they chose to do or what it is that they did. I'm not one thing or one way I feel ignored or disrespected or rebellious against any of my kids. I respect my kids all the same, no matter what. Whatever they did wrong, they have to deal with it, and they have to live through that. That's not my fight. It's not my fight. I did what I had to do as a parent. What they do as adults, that's their bag.
So basically, you felt like, listen, let me let my kids do what they want to do, because they got to pay the consequences for it, and however they turn out, I'm going to love them still.
Exactly. But don't get it twisted. I will love them no matter what, but I will not accept or take the blame or the shame for any wrongdoing that they do. No.
So if I wanted to rob a bank with you, going to rob a bank with me?
Absolutely not.
You would tell on me?
You're going to tell on yourself.
You going to make me tell on myself?
I don't have to make you tell on yourself. If I don't tell a lie, then the truth going to be told.
So what's done in the dark comes to the light.
Absolutely.
Woo! All right, then.
There you have it.
How did you expect this to go versus how it went?
They put the bullet in the chamber. They cocked that back, and they pulled the trigger. Not me. I bailed out the way. Because at the end of the day, I just feel like everybody should be accountable for everything that they do wrong. If you do wrong, don't call me. You're doing right and you're trying to do everything to the best of your ability, the right way, I'm all for it. Wrong, I'm asleep.
No. Not sleep. Call the cops. But you don't have nothing else to say? No elaboration? I asked you, how did you think this was going to go versus how it went?
Well,
Because you know me. I always got some crazy
to be
stuff.
honest, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Because you know what? At the end of the day, I spoke nothing but my truth. If someone feel that my truth wasn't good enough, or they have something negative to say about the truth, then it is what it is. But if you believe in truth and you like truth, then you'll accept that and you'll be happy with what you see. But if you don't like the truth, then you're gonna pick apart the truth. You're gonna have something negative, or you're not gonna like the truth. Okay, all right. I mean, we all human. We all entitled to an opinion. But at the end of the day, the truth is the only thing that's gonna sell.
Sit. You want to hear my voice? I'm ready to
Nah,
sing.
we good.
Girl, I can kind of. You told me I could sing one day.
No, all jokes aside, I was about to tell a lie. Not meaning to tell a lie, but I was about to tell a lie because I had to think it through first.
Well,
I was about to say all my kids can sing to a certain extent, but that would have been untrue. Some of them, they do have a voice. If they were to train their voice, they would be sounding great. But some of them, they could just keep their day jobs. And I'm just saying. And you know what? The ones that can't sing, they probably pretty much got it from their mother.
Oh, girl.
And trust me, if I had that voice, you all would know it. Now that I know I don't have that voice, you won't get to know today.
Out of all your kids,
I'm not pointing no fingers. She want me to point fingers. I'm not going to put my kids on the spot like that. They already know who they are. So at the end of the day, if they can't sing, they got, trust me, they all got some kind of special talent that they have.
You know, some parents just
And I love them all. And I'm not going to say that just to be saying it, but just watching them grow, I know they all have some kind of special talents, and I adore it. I really do.
Can I not sing?
But I know some of them have that talent from me that cannot sing, but they have knowledge of a lot of things. Trust me.
So you said,
And I'm not saying they got it from their fathers, because some of them just they try.
Are you saying I can't sing? Are you going back on your word? Because I remember this one day.
Because she pushed me out there. And I'm sure her dad might see this. If you wanted, you could have to just grab it. But I am no way throwing shots. But it is what it is. Y'all have a very blessed night.
So you're not gonna say I can sing? One night you said I could sing. All right, let's test it out. I'm playing grind. Hey. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that. Hit the bell down low, and subscribe to your girl. Say see you later to my mom. Mom, say see you later.
Alec. Subscribe to my channel.
What channel? Who your channel?
Diane Crib.
Oh, okay. Oh, mommy got a channel.
Yes, I got a channel, and it's me. I didn't fake it. I didn't fabricate it. Diane Crib.
And what can they look forward to on your channel?
I haven't been on air. I haven't been doing anything.
Honesty
but
is
trust
the best
me,
policy.
the more the mind works, the more the channel grows. Hey.
Woo! All right, y'all. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and the bell notification down below. As well as follow the social media accounts down there. That's where you'll see more of Lee on the days when I'm not on here. As well as leave your feedback in the comments. Positivity is all I like. Read the shirt. Good vibes or goodbye. No negativity. Not at all. If you want thumbs down, do your thing. That's cool too. But no negative comments, because I will block you. ASAP. Point blank period. As well, make sure y'all go subscribe and follow my mommy, because I don't know what you're gonna have on her channel, but she might have some good stuff. You hear me? Her name, follow her on YouTube at, what is it? Diane Crib, she said? Yeah, under her name. Y'all never know what y'all gonna find on her channel. Oh God, hopefully she respect our space and don't do no pranks and stuff. I don't know. I'm down for the ride. I'm about to go follow her right now.